I'm sure you probably already have heard that muscles burn more calories than fat. So today we're going to be working on our upper body, lower body, a little core, and get strong. So grab some light weights and let's get strong together. We're going to start very easy. We're just going to place them on our hips, just below the waist, and we're going to just do a push and pull movement, just to kind of warm up the arms. This helps get the biceps and the triceps. Think of the reason you're doing it. For instance, you're pushing away something like a door maybe, or you're pulling something to yourself, like maybe your grandbaby or a package that someone hands off to you. It seems if you understand why you're doing the movements, it makes more sense. So squeeze back to your hips, far enough that you can feel the backs of those arms. And then you've got your biceps on the front. Great. We're going to add a little lunge forward so that we're working on the lower body. And notice, please, that I'm picking up that back foot. And these are aimed a little bit on a diagonal down. That little jump helps strengthen the hips, the ankles, the knees, and you're burning double calories because you're working the upper body and the lower body. Give me one more. Great. Now drop them at your side, and we're going to just do hammer biceps, but we're going to bring them down slow. So we're going to lift them up for 2 counts and bring them down slow. And up, so maybe 4 counts down, 2 counts up, 4 counts down. We need the reps to strengthen those muscles. Again, if you're carrying something like a pail of water or groceries, those biceps are very important. So up for 2. Now let's exhale, because the exertion is on the way down. Exhale. 1 more. And exhale. Likewise, we're going to do that little jump lunge. Strengthening that hip, strengthening that knee. Remember to pick up that back leg, which is also great for balance practice. Control the move. That's right. Give me 1 more. Excellent. Rest that lower body. And we're just going to do push on an angle forward again. Flip them over and bring them to your hips. Just to kind of warm up those rotator cuffs. I feel it in my front deltoids. And out. And in. Those rotator cuffs are so important for shoulder movement. And down toward the floor, palms down. Flip them over and bring them in. You're looking good today. Thank you for joining me on Getting Stronger. Now set your feet just past your hips and let's do a compound move of toward the floor squat. Flip them and up. Push those hips back and flip them and up. Good, feel the weight in your heels. And back. And you go to where you feel it. Make sure you see your toes when you squat so that your hips are going back. You're not putting too much pressure on those knees. And you know, and I know, squats are so important for getting up from the table, in and out of the car, and down. Good. Just give me some shoulder shrugs just to get blood into those. And 2 more. Let's work the core. We're going to bring the 2 weights together, and we're going to bend our knees softly and bring these to our right hip. We're going to come up and do, a modified wood chop. So elbows in, so you're working your biceps as well, and chop it down. Breathe in, exhale, and give me a crunch. And up, and crunch. Now, this time on the way up, we're gonna stretch out those abs and come in. And by taking this arm up, we're giving an extra little stretch on the front of those abs. 1 more, and breathe, and crunch. Excellent. Let's get ready for the other side. We're at the left hip, and elbows in, and crunch it down. This is great on my back too, I feel it. And up, and crunch it down. Breathe in, and exhale. Really tighten up those abs right here. Now bring that arm up on a diagonal, and in. And diagonal, and in. Let's do 1 more because I lost count. And up. Good. We're going to start feet together, weights together. We're going to do a lunge out to the side for the abductor. For the waist, twist, push off, and come center. That abductor runs down the outside of your leg. Take your head as well, so you're strengthening your neck, giving it some range of motion. Good. Other side. Push over, come back to center. Elbows are in tight. Give me 1 more. Good. We're going to repeat the other side, but this time we're going to extend the stretch to the side. In other words, twist all the way to the other side. So we're working those obliques. And push off. Last one. Oh, very good. Other side. Twist that waist. On the way in, twist all the way to the other side, using your head to give it some range of motion. Give me 1 more. Excellent. Shoulder shrugs again, because we're going to rest the core. 1 more. We're going to work the triceps, and we're going to take this all the way up to our shoulder, and each time we lift that up, we're going to get a little higher, but not if we're in pain. You do you. And up, a little higher, and down. Now we're going to keep it there, up above the center. Unless you're sore, then you can bring it down. But let's do 4, slow in. 3, slow in. 2, and in. Excellent. We're going to lift it up a little higher, but again, if it's painful, lower it back down. And just do 4 more. And in. Triceps need to be done so we can put things up on the shelf, right? Lift things overhead like our carry-on on a plane. Last one. Carefully bend your elbow down and just over a little bit, and just swing that gently to keep the circulation going. Other tricep. Bring it up and back down. Good, bring it up a little higher. Nice stretch for that tricep. So many people, a little higher, are concerned about those flabby underarms. Now we're going to leave it up above straight line if you can, and take it straight forward for 4. You're getting strong. Give me 1 more. Good, now lift it up a little higher, and 4, and 3, and 2, and last one coming up. Gently bend the elbow so we don't injure it, and just give it a little swing on the side. Good. We're going to go back to these abductors. The abductor runs down the outside of your leg. So important for knee health and hip. We're going to bring these weights together, and we're going to do a repeat lift on the right side. But when we open that leg, we're going to open our chest and then back together, working the deltoids, the pecs. Nice. And up. Bend both knees like you're almost going into a squat. And up. And another great one for balance. Give me 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Bring them down and give them a rest before we do the other side. We're starting in, so we're going to step out and repeat a lift. But when we lift, we're going to open up the pectorals, work the deltoids. Notice my elbows are bent, and I'm straightening and bending. Straightening and bending. Good. Give me 2 more. And 1 more. Excellent. Bring these down. This time, let's just do some shoulder rows. Do you ever think about strengthening your wrists so you can continue to pick up those heavy frying pans or tools if you're working in the yard? Well, let's do that right now. Let's take and put 2 weights in 1 hand. And I want you to hold it out. Now, if that's too high, you can come down here. But notice my arm is lengthened, so that wrist is really working. And we're counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't go away because we're going to flip that and count 10, 9. I'm feeling this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Let's change hands. Arm is away from us, just about waist level. 2 weights, and if that's too much, you can just do 1 weight. It'll get better the more you practice it. And we're counting back from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay with me because we're flipping it over. Whoa, that works my bicep too. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, bring it down. Good. Let's take our weights and take 2 steps forward, bend both knees into a squat, and set those down out of harm's way. We're going to stretch out all those muscles that we use so that we won't get kinks and soreness later. Very important to take time to do that. We're just going to touch our shoulder and lift that elbow up and give it just a nice gentle stretch across. And then grab that wrist in a little longer stretch, but let's turn our head away to stretch our neck as well. Relax the shoulders, give it a little shake. Other arm, we're actually stretching out the deltoids, bring it up level, take it across, and then stretch it longer. Gently turn your head away to stretch your neck and relax. Good, give it a shake, shake, shake. Triceps, we're just going to circle that straight up and back. And straight up, you should feel a nice little pull here. And straight up. Good, this one's gonna stay up for a stretch. Now you can hold it here or you can go behind. Depends on how flexible you are today. And give it a nice lengthening of the spine as well. And a feel-good side stretch. Since we worked that wrist, give it a little circle down. Excellent. Touch and circle. I'm glad you're dedicated to staying mobile and healthy. This one's going to stay up, and you can stretch it here or go behind. Lengthen it even more and curl that spine. Oh, and stretch over. That feels wonderful. Circle that wrist. Good, let's stretch the bicep. You can bend your arm and then try to lengthen it, but let's add a little up and down to that. Very well. And now the other way, bend your arm, straighten it, stretching out those wrists, the biceps, the tops of the arms. Good. Other side, bend your arm and straighten it out, and down and up. And flip it over, and down and up. Good. And for the lower body, let's just do a nice lunge. Nothing fancy, and stretch, but we're gonna go behind our head and pull those back. And set back. And the other side. Once more, nothing fancy, just lengthen the spine. Go behind your head and stretch the elbows back to open and stretch the chest. Nice and easy, sit back. So let me say, good for you on working to stay strong. It only takes 2 to 3 times a week to maintain or improve our muscle mass. So here's to feeling good and staying strong.